Welcome back to the STRIVECast.
Season 3, episode 22.
Yay! Wait, sorry, I keep forgetting the woo. Welcome back to the STRIVECast, everybody. Let's introduce ourselves.
No party, homie G.
Noel, Paul T, homie G. Hi, Noel.
No party, homie for life.
For life.
Oh.
Forever and ever. Hello, Noel. Jeff, would you like to go next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
From one extreme to the other in enthusiasm today.
Great to have you here, Jeff. Producer Susie, would you like to say hello?
Of course. I'm producer Susie. And plus, here comes my girl Whitney as my other producer.
Hi, Whit. Thanks for being here, co-producer.
Of course, wouldn't miss it.
Wouldn't miss it. Sound and video engineer, want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ryan, the sound and video engineer.
Hi, Ryan. Thank you for being here with us week after week. We couldn't do this without you. Pete, I'll let you introduce yourself and your title.
Hi, I'm Pete. I help with the STRIVECast.
Fabulous. And I'm Olivia, and I too help with the STRIVECast. Susie has left the building, but that's okay. She'll be back shortly. Well, we are so excited. We have a big episode today. Ryan, do you want to tell everyone who we're interviewing?
We are interviewing Todd from News Center, Maine.
Yeah, we're interviewing Todd Gutner, the chief meteorologist from News Center, Maine. So we're really excited to chat with him. He is a great guy, great meteorologist, and just can't wait to learn all about his job. He's also on The Blake Show with Kelly and Todd on Coast 93.1, the morning show. So we're going to ask him a couple questions about that. Multi-talented dude, just like you, Ryan.
Is Eva on the same show?
Yeah, so he is on the show, that Eva used to be on.
We interviewed Eva.
We did interview Eva, yeah. We had a whole wide array of characters on the STRIVECast, so
yes.
Very excited to chat with Todd when we come back.
And as always, we've got some Ask Jeff questions and a great episode of Susie's Cues on penguins you won't want to miss.
Right.
And a new segment debuts today.
That's right. We have a new trivia segment with a new STRIVECast member who we are so excited to introduce to you later on. His name is Jon, and can't wait for all of our loyal STRIVECast listeners to meet him.
And my poetry too.
And of course,
Noltree.
Yes.
Can't wait for that. So, anything else we want to chat about, you guys? Are we ready to rock and roll?
I think I am very proud of the producer.
Yeah, you guys should be. You guys keep us on track and keep the show on the road, right, Suze?
That's right.
All right.
All right, well, let's do it.
Let's do it then. So, Jeff, you know what to say. We'll be
right back.
Please welcome Todd Gutner. Yay!
Hi guys, how are you?
Great. Thanks for being
You're
here.
great.
My pleasure.
Awesome. Noel has your first question, Todd. So go ahead, Noel.
Fire away, Noel.
Welcome to the STRIVECast.
Thank you.
NATE.
Tell us.
Oh, tell us about
Your job.
You have a different question, Noel?
Well, tell us about your job at the News Center, Maine.
Well, that's a great question, Noel. Thanks for asking it. Let's see, my job at News Center, Maine. Well, my technical responsibilities are to deliver the weather every day, every morning, in fact. My day starts really early. My alarm goes off at about 2 o'clock in the morning every day, 2 a.m.
Wow.
I know, right? It's
Really?
kind of crazy. But the good thing is that I'm usually home by about 9:30 in the morning. So my day is pretty much over when the rest of the world is starting.
Yeah.
So I can get a lot done, when my day is over, when I finish up work. I can get to the grocery store. I can go to the gym and get some exercise. I can binge watch television, which I am normally doing. So, but at the station, aside from the weather, it's a lot of fun. I get to work with some great people. In the mornings, I work with Lee Goldberg and Sharon Rose. They're the anchors of our newscast in the mornings. And they read the news and I do the weather. And we've kind of been doing it for a really long time. So we have a great relationship. And we have a blast together. We've been working together for several years now. So that's my primary responsibilities. I love my job a lot because, well, pre-COVID, I was able to get out into the community a lot and do some special events, whether, that meant visiting schools and kids in schools, or helping out for a charity event, things like that. So I've seen a lot of cool things and been part of a lot of neat things. And in the last few years, I've also taken on a little bit more responsibility with radio. I do some stuff with Coast Radio. I do weather on the coast in the morning with the Blake Show with Kelly and Todd. And I gotta say, it's really been a blast doing that part of my job. It's kind of kept me fresh, even though this is I'm gonna very soon be on my 21st year of doing this. So
Wow.
yeah, I've been doing this since 2000, the year 2000. So
Wow.
those are kind of my roles in life right now.
Sounds like it keeps you pretty busy too.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Jeff, you are up, sir.
Do you also know you wanted to be a meteorologist?
Did you always know you wanted to be a meteorologist?
Great question. Did I always know? Not quite, but for a very long time, Jeff. When I was a kid, like really little, like probably from like the age of 6 to about 10 years old, whenever somebody asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I always said I wanted to be a corn farmer.
Ooh.
And I don't know why, but like
Very
the
specific.
sight of a field of corn just like really looks so cool to me. And I don't know, for some reason when I was really little, that's what I wanted to do. And then when I was about 10 years old, back in 1985, there was a really bad weather event. I grew up in Connecticut, in Hartford, Connecticut. And there was a hurricane that ripped through Hartford called Hurricane Gloria back in 1985. And it caused a lot of destruction to almost all of New England, including here in Maine. Like everybody lost power basically. But in Connecticut especially, there was a lot of damage because they were kind of the first state in New England to get hit by the hurricane. And I remember like vividly to this day, what the sky looked like, what the wind was like, what the rain was like. And it was just wild for like an hour. And then all of a sudden, everything just went calm. The sun popped out. The birds started chirping. Everyone went outside and kind of was like, what is going on? And it just so happens that we were in the eye of the hurricane. And then a few minutes later, the sky went dark again and, everything went crazy again. So at the age of 10, I kind of was like, wow, what just happened? And I really wanted to know like what that was all about. So from then on, I always had this interest in weather. And, when I got up through high school and was starting to look at college, I was always good at math and science, but not so good at reading and writing. So I decided to go into weather because that's all math and science. And that's kind of how it all happened.
Wow, what a great story.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. All right, Noel, back over to you.
Yep. Here we go. we also your Blake on the Blake show to cast
On Coast 93.1.
1.1 us about that.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh boy. You have some time?
Definitely.
Yeah. So, working with Blake, and back in the day, it was Eva, and a year ago, today's the anniversary for Kelly.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, this is her first. She's just completed her first full year with Blake and with Coast. And
Wow.
honestly, radio is a venue and a platform where you can kind of show more about yourself and reveal more about yourself. And there's more time to do that. There's more time to let things marinate a little bit, to explain a little bit more. On TV, it's much more structured, and you have to really pay attention to timing and to the time that you're allotted to do the weather. And it's also, you also have to be a little more formal on television, I think. And sometimes I hold back a little bit on TV, and on the radio I kind of haven't. And so far they're okay with that. So it's been really fun to work with the Blake Show and with Coast, so that I've been able to really let my personality show a lot more, and for people to get to know me really well. Blake is an incredible, talented human being. I mean, he should be working in New York City or Los Angeles, like the biggest markets in the United States. Like, that's how talented of a DJ that he is, and of a host that he is. And I gotta say, Kelly had zero radio experience prior to this, and she's like an old soul on that show. Like, she's so good, and she compliments Blake so well. And I really feel lucky that I get to do and be a part of that dynamic in that show, even if it is for only a few minutes every hour in the morning. But I really do love it. It's probably my favorite part of the day. Outside of working with Goldberg and with Sharon, because we have a blast too. But when you're actually doing your job and can still really open up about everything and touch a million different topics, it's pretty special. So I'm really fortunate and really thankful that we kind of stumbled across each other.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, yeah, it really is fun.
Hey, Todd.
Yes, Susie.
I am, but on the day that every morning I go to program, my mom and I always listen to 93.1
Nice, Suze.
every morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We listen to it every single morning because we miss you, Todd.
Oh.
Nice, Suze.
I'm so flattered. That's so sweet of you to say. Now, do we make you laugh a little bit in the morning?
Yes, you do.
Okay, good. Because that's the ultimate goal, and that makes me happy that you get to laugh a little bit. So I hope it's at my expense. It's totally cool if it is.
Awesome. All right, Jeff, I think
Great
we're back.
question.
Yeah, nice job, Suze. And I think, Jeff, it's back to you.
What is your favorite part of working on news?
On the news?
On the news and the morning show.
Those are great questions. I kind of touched on it a second ago. How those 5 to 10 minutes that I get every hour on the coast I laugh a lot in those 5 to 10 minutes. We do a lot of laughing. And I know we would do the same amount of laughing with Sharon and Lee if TV kind of permitted that type of a broadcast and dialogue and topics and things like that. So at the moment, radio is it's a lot of fun. Not that TV's not fun. I have a blast on it. But prior to COVID, when I started this job, before I started this job, I never really thought I would ever get into TV. Like, I studied weather in college and meteorology and the atmosphere in college. And I always envisioned myself doing like research for, some big scientific company, an airline or a utility company, working for the government, perhaps, working for the National Weather Service. I never envisioned myself doing television. And I went out to California after college, and I attempted graduate school, which is just school after school after school. And I had a great thing. I mean, they were paying for my tuition. They were paying for my apartment. I was working at a place called Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. It's where they developed the atomic bomb a long time ago.
Wow.
And I could have had an amazing career, doing research the rest of my life. The problem was, it was so boring that I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You would sit behind a computer all day long in a room without windows, not having any interaction with people. And it just didn't fit my personality, and it just didn't suit me. And, because of that, I actually stumbled into television and took an internship out in California, out in San Francisco at a TV station there. And an internship, guys, if you are unaware, it's a job that you don't get paid for, is what it is. It kind of sounds awful, but it gives you an opportunity to get a taste of that job to see if it's something that suits you and something that you would want to do.
Yeah.
And so I did that for a year, and I loved it, and I worked at getting better in front of the television, in front of the camera. And that's kind of how I stumbled into TV. And what I loved about TV when I got into it, what I was missing when I was doing research for Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, was getting the opportunity to interact with people and have a variety every day. Like, I do a forecast every day, and then I go on TV. These are all like unique things that a lot of people don't get a chance to do. And then getting out in the community, visiting schools and doing those events. Like, there's a lot of variety when it's not COVID, especially, to get to do some neat things and keep you fresh and interested.
Yeah.
That's what I love about TV.
Awesome. That's so cool. All right, Noel, back to you.
Yeah.
This is your last one, I think.
What are the hardest part of your job?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, Noel, I mean, the hardest part is definitely the forecasting part of, and in Maine here, we have 4 distinct seasons with 4 distinct types of weather. And when you finally get used to that season and forecasting that particular weather for that season, it changes on you. And then you've got to adapt again, and you've got to relearn it, and you've got to get, back in the flow, get your feet back underneath you. Weather is predicting the future, right? Predicting the future, there's no guarantees. I mean, who would have been able to ever predict that COVID was going to happen, or who was going to predict that the stock market was going to go to an all-time high during COVID?
Right.
I would have thought the reverse. I would have thought it would be an all-time low because of COVID.
Right.
So, predicting the future, it's difficult, and we're going to be wrong sometimes. And it's taken a while for me to accept that and to be comfortable with that, because when you're wrong, it's going to affect someone's life in an adverse way, in a bad way. It could be a snowplow driver that's relying on 6 inches of snow because they need to make that money. They need to plow so they can make that money. And we get 1.5 inches and it's like, hey, that was my living. That was my income. Those things hit home. And that's the hardest part for me is that, if I'm wrong, there are implications. There are going to be negative results because of it, whether it's a rained out wedding or, or something to that, something along those lines. It's going to adversely affect someone.
Yeah.
So that's probably the hardest part is accepting, accepting fault and accepting that you can't be 100% accurate.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jeff, want to bring it home with the last question?
What's one thing you
What's one thing you'd like everyone to know?
everyone to know about reporting the weather?
Boy, I hate to fall back on my last answer, but
I was gonna say, sounds like predicting it's hard.
right, like that. At times we're going to be wrong. Sometimes glaringly wrong. Other times subtly wrong.
Yeah.
Only a little bit off. But in the wintertime especially, it's so noticeable when we're wrong because snow doesn't, snow has staying power. It lasts. It doesn't melt right away. So, if in the summertime we say it's going to rain and maybe it showers for like an hour or so and we say it's going to be a washout, like everyone will be like, yeah, it rained today. You get away with it.
Yeah.
But if we only got if I called for, a foot of snow and it only snow showered for an hour, there's no way we're getting a foot of snow. We're getting like 2 inches tops.
Right.
And it's blatantly obvious how wrong, I was. So, I think that's it, that, temper your expectations.
Yeah.
Because it's not 100% foolproof, the forecast.
Yeah, that's good advice for everyone to remember. All right, Todd. Well, those were all of our formal interview questions for you. So now, Jeff, Noel, Susie, what is it time for? Time for the
Lightning round.
Let's do this.
Todd is ready. Jeff, you lead us off in the lightning round. So start us off strong.
I feel like we need a disclaimer that these are not rehearsed.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
On the spot.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
All right, Jeff, let her rip. Go for it.
What is your favorite superpower and why?
Ooh.
My favorite superpower? Ooh. I would go with reading people's minds.
Ooh. Good one. All right, Noel, over to you.
If you rather like to live in the ocean, by the ocean,
Bye, the ocean.
or on a hill.
Oh, definitely by the ocetion.
Nice.
Yep. I like a beach.
Great choice.
Look out for sharks.
Yeah, watch out for sure. True that, Susie. All right,
Good
Susie, you're
advice,
up.
Susie.
You're up, Susie.
Saturday or Sunday?
Ooh, Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday or Sunday? Oh, hands down Saturday. Sunday, I'm already like, oh my God, we got to go to work tomorrow. Yeah. Saturday.
Yeah, good one, Susie. All right, Jeff, back to you.
Okay. How do you like the Boston Red Sox spring training in Fort Myers, Florida?
Do you like?
Very
Do
specific.
I like the Boston Red Sox spring training in Fort Myers, Florida? I'd like to be there in Fort Myers, Florida. I love the Red Sox, but I'm very down on them right now. Very down on them right now. They have zero pitching and they've done nothing to improve it.
Not great.
Agreed.
Interesting question, though, Jeff.
Yeah.
By the way, I was just watching that last night, and I think it got some new players on there and some new pitchers as well, and a new pitching manager now.
Oh yes, Alex Cora is back for the new manager, and yeah, they do have some new faces. So hopefully they can turn their mojo around.
Yeah. Hope springs eternal with Jeff and the Red Sox.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
All right, Noel.
Talk to me in May, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, Noel, go for it.
Yeah. So, if you were a creature in the water, what kind of creature do you like to be?
My first instinct was shark because it's like the top of the food chain, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to go with the dolphin.
Oh,
It's
good
probably
one.
the smartest.
Ooh,
Probably the
I
smartest.
love dolphins. They're Todd.
Nice, nice.
All right, Susie, you got one more.
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
Skiing or swimming?
Skiing
Oh
or
gosh,
swimming?
that's an easy one for me. Absolutely skiing. I am a land mammal. You get me in water, I'm not the best swimmer. I can swim, but if I go underwater, Susie, if I go underwater, I have to hold my nose.
Oh.
So I do a lot of crawl strokes on the top with my head out of the water and like breaststroke and all that kind of stuff. So definitely skiing.
Nice. All right, and Todd, Ryan likes to round out the lightning round with the last question. So
Go for it, Ryan.
Tell us your best joke.
Oh,
Any good
gosh.
jokes?
I am so bad at jokes that I don't even have them.
That's all right. These guys can help you out, Todd. They've got plenty of jokes.
Will one of you give me one? Like, give me your favorite dad joke. Somebody.
I got one for you, Todd.
Jeff, you got a
Nice.
weather joke?
Yeah, do you have any weather jokes,
Yeah, I do.
Jeff?
Okay.
If the sun comes up, how can you tell it from the day to night?
I don't know how.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. Night falls.
That was definitely the joke you were looking for, Todd.
I have.
Awesome.
You
That was
can
beautiful. Beautiful,
All right.
Jeff.
That was awesome. Well, Todd, thank you so much for being our guest on the STRIVECast today. We really appreciate it.
I had a
Great to have
blast
you.
with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
Bye,
Thanks.
guys.
Bye, Todd.
Todd, you're a nice man.
Hey, Jeff, we'll be.
We'll be right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by.
It's right here.
Your ad is right here. Pete, want to tell them about your ad here?
We'd really like to promote you and your brand, and we'd really like to have you help us with a STRIVECast at the same time. Our listenership is growing. Ryan's got us on all kinds of platforms. Just think wherever you're listening or even watching this podcast, we're here, and then another 6 or 8 places on top of that. So our viewership and listenership is really growing, and we've got a deal for you. $20.
Wow.
Advertise 2 shows, $20 right now, through the month of March. 2-for-1 deal. So reach out to us. We'll put a package together for you and your brand, and the guys and Susie will promote the heck out of your brand. So send us an email, strivecast@pslstrive.org, strivecast@pslstrive.org, and we will promote your business or your event or just you if you want. So act now.
All right.
Right, Jeff?
Yes, Pete, you're all right.
Nice.
Okay.
And we'll be.
We'll be right back.
All right, and welcome back. And we've got a brand new segment with our friend Jon Keely. Yay! So John's segment is called Fun Facts with Jon Keely. He's going to join us once a month and give us some fun facts and trivia. And Jon, want to tell us about what your trivia is about today?
Sure. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jon Keely. Once a month, I'm going to do a segment on fun facts. I'm a big Disney fan, and I've always been interested in how the Disney parks operate behind the scenes. So for my first segment, I have chosen The Disney Utilidor System, short for Utility Corridors. It's a system of underground tunnels that run under some portions of Disney parks. It serves many functions. It allows the workers to perform park operations such as trash removal. It allows Disney characters to quickly reach their destinations to the surface, out of sight of the public. It houses the electric operations. It's a delivery area. It's a delivery and storage area. The park's cooking and food prep kitchens are housed in the utilidors. For years, the park's costume department was located in the utilidors. And employee lockers are down there. Emergency vehicles are parked there. There's also a cafeteria. There's also a cafeteria for the employees. Guess what it's called?
Ooh, what do you guys think the cafeteria is called? I don't know.
Not the Harry Potter one.
No,
No.
Cafeteria door.
it's
Oh,
called
yeah,
Mouse,
cafeteria.
it's called Mouseketeria.
Oh,
Better. Better.
Yeah.
Here's a map of the tunnels that are outlined in purple.
Wow.
Ah.
Wow.
Oh,
That is so cool.
yeah, it's awesome, John.
Yeah, it is
Who
cool.
knew?
Wow.
You hold it up just a little bit
Yeah, will I hold up a little higher?
higher.
There you
There.
go. Whoa.
Wow, John, I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I think Jeff has your first question, John.
why did they develop the tunnels?
Initially, they developed the tunnels because Walt Disney saw a cowboy walking through Tomorrowland to get to Frontierland, and he felt that it was ruining the illusion. So he created a utility system of tunnels underground for characters to get to one place, to get from one place to another without being seen.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Noel, I believe you had a question on your phone for John.
How did they build
The
the
tunnels.
tunnel?
The tunnels are actually built at ground level, and the second floor is the actual park. When they dug up the ground to make Seven Seas Lagoon, the Magic Kingdom was also built on top of the soil pulled from the area.
Oh, awesome. And Susie, you got one question too, right?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Go for it.
How do you get around in the interior?
Nice, Suze.
Su-
No, yeah, you're good, Suze. Awesome. How do you get around in the utilidor, John?
They ride battery-powered carts similar to a golf cart. They ride bikes or walk. No gas-powered vehicles are allowed, though.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Cool.
John, thank you for joining us to teach us all about the utilidor system.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and we can't wait to have you back on next month.
Next month.
Yeah, awesome. All right, we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye, John.
Bye, John.
Thank you, John.
Bye.
Bye.
Great.
All right, and Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, and it's time for
Susie's Kids.
Susie's News.
Susie Kids. Susie Kids. I like Susie Kids. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big one. Oh,
Penguins.
Yeah, today's all about penguins.
yeah.
There.
I think we need to beat the guys, girls.
Totally. Pete, you want to give us a recap?
I will do my best. We have, let's see, in the basement, Olivia, 21 points. A tie next to level up at 23 is Susie and Whit. Then we have Ryan with 24, Noel with 26, And in first place from wire to wire so far in Susie's Q's competition is Jeff with 29 first place points.
Nice.
So let's see who will move up or down today.
All right.
I think we, as girls, we need to climb up the wall, girls. Come on.
All right. Hit us with question one, Suze. Go for it.
It's fun and it's how you play the game.
No penguins live at the North Pole.
All right, let's start with the ladies today. And we have 5 questions. The first one of which is, no penguins live at the North Pole. Is that true or is that false? Susie, you want to take a whack at it?
Of course.
What do you got?
False.
Okay, Susie's at false. Olivia.
I think it might be true.
Okay. Whitney.
I'm gonna go with true.
Okay.
Real amethyst. Sorry.
Okay, the ladies are all in it. True. Jeff, true or false? No penguins live at the North Pole. Is that true or is that false?
I say I'm gonna go with false.
Okay. All right, so the ladies are true. Jeff is false. Noel.
True.
Noel is true. Ryan.
False.
False. Okay, so the ladies and Noel are at true. Ryan and Jeff out on their own at false. And guys, I'm sorry to say that answer is true.
Oh.
Penguins can be found in New Zealand, Australia, South America, and other places south of the equator, and only north to the Galapagos Islands. So that is true.
Right.
The ladies gain a point.
Let's go to Q2.
Penguins can drink seawater. Is that true or false?
All right, let's start with the guys this time. Penguins can drink seawater. Noel, is that true or is that false?
True.
Noel's going to go with true.
Because
Ryan?
they pick up the fish.
Okay, Ryan?
I would go with true.
Okay. Jeffrey,
Yes, Pete.
is that true or false, my friend? Penguins can drink seawater. True or false?
Pete. I'm gonna go to true on this one.
Okay, the gentlemen are all in it. True. Whitney?
I guess true.
Okay. Susie?
True.
Olivia?
Go with true.
Everybody's in it true, and that's good because you guys are smart, and it is true. The salt is filtered by special glands and secreted through their nasal passages.
Ooh. Fun.
All right. Okay, so points for everyone.
Points all around. All right, Suze.
Sweet.
3.
Question
Sweet.
3.
A group of penguins is called a flock. Is that true or false?
All right, and it's back to the ladies' turn, and I think it is Olivia's turn to go first.
Okay. A group of penguins is called a flock.
True or false?
I think
Flock.
A flock. I'm sorry, I missed your answer.
I think true.
Okay. Whit?
True.
Okay.
True. All right.
Ladies are all in it true, and I think let's start with Ryan on the guy's side this time.
True.
Okay. Noel?
Right over here.
True or false?
All the way.
All the way what?
True.
Okay. Everybody's in it true. Jeff, what say you?
Pete, my buddy, I would say true to this one.
Well, I'm sorry you guys said that because that is false. So
Oh.
no points for anyone. A group of penguins in the water is called a raft. A group of penguins on land is called a waddle. Other names for groups of penguins are rookery, colony, and huddle. But unfortunately, not a flock. So no points for you.
All right.
Moving on.
Tough one.
Okay.
Number 4.
Penguins are black and white because they are where they live is so cold in the pigments cannot form to a color of their feathers?
Okay. Good question. And I forget, but I think we're back to the guys to go
Gentlemen, yep.
first on this one. Okay. So penguins are black and white because where they live is so cold, the pigments cannot form together to color their feathers. Is that true or is that false, Jeff?
Pete, I say true.
Okay.
Locked in.
Jeff goes true and locks it in right away. Ryan?
False.
False.
I pick true.
Okay. So 2 trues and a false on the guy's side. Susie?
I think true.
Okay, so we got Susie, Jeff, and Noel at true, Ryan at false, Olivia,
True.
true, and Whitney.
I'll say true.
Okay, so everybody is true except for Ryan. And Mr. Ryan, congratulations, that is
Oh.
false.
Yeah.
Wow.
Point for Ryan. It's all about camouflage. Penguins spend about half their time in the water and the other half on land. Their white bellies make them look like ice when seen from below while they're swimming. Their black backs make them hard to see when looking from above into the dark ocean. So that, my friends, is a point for Ryan and a point for Ryan only.
That's awesome.
Just coming from being unbiased.
Yeah. Good
Okay.
approach.
And last but not least, question number 5, Susie.
I think we should get this, girls.
Okay, let's do it.
Penguins aren't usually afraid of people.
Okay. And I think, let's see, where are we? Where did we leave off? Let's start with the ladies again. Susie, you want to go first for that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Penguins aren't usually afraid of people. Is that true or false?
I think it's false.
Okay.
I mean,
Olivia?
true. I meant to say, sorry.
Okay. True?
Yeah.
Lock it in like Jeff? Okay.
Okay, in the bro of Pete.
Olivia?
I'm going to say true.
Okay. Whit?
I'm gonna say false.
Okay. So the girls are divided. All right. So we got 2 trues and a false on the ladies' side. Let's go to Jeff.
Pete, I'm gonna say true to this one.
Okay. True. All right. Noel?
True.
True. Ryan?
False.
Okay, so Whitney and Ryan are at false. Noel, Olivia, Susie, and Jeff are true. And Whitney and Ryan, sorry to say, but that one is true.
Oh.
Because penguins have very few, if any, threats on land, they are often not afraid of tourists. If you
Right.
stand still, they might come right up to you and check you out.
Mhm.
All right,
Awesome.
so that is a point for Noel, and a point for Jeff, a point for Susie, and a point for Olivia. Okay.
All right, so Pete's going to add up our numbers, guys, for the week. And I would just like to remind all the viewers that I was very far behind because I missed 2 rounds of Susie's Q's. So just want to put that out to all our.
Oh, I keep that in my heart forever. Thanks, Ruth.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
We have, despite Olivia's soliloquy there about coming in last, she's still in
Still in last.
24 for Olivia.
Bummer.
Next place, Whitney, 25. Susie, 26. Ryan tied with 26.
Wow.
Noel made a little bit of a move today up to 29. And still in first place and the first to break 30, it's Jeff with 30.
Jeff, wow.
Awesome.
Done, Jeff.
All right. Susie, do you have an outro?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Susie's cute. Susie's cute. Everyone likes Susie cute. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm a penguin. Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right. Jeff's a penguin too, and Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, and it's time for
My segment.
your segment. What's it called?
Ask Jeff.
Ask Jeff. Pete, who asked Jeff this week?
Today we've got an email from Larry from Portland. And Larry in Portland emailed us at strivecast@pslstrive.org. And his question for Jeff is, Jeff, what is your pet peeve? What really ticks you off? Thanks.
How long do we have?
Where do we meet?
Oh, it's
Love the show.
The STRIVEcast is the top of the list.
Is it like pet peeve? I mean, what does what to me?
Yeah, what really ticks you off?
Being late.
I don't know if that's true. What are some other things that annoy you and bother you and make you ticked off?
I think it's how I swear.
Swearing is a pet peeve?
Yeah, you don't like when other people swear. That's a big one.
You don't like when people use your middle name. That's another
He
one.
also doesn't like when people try to clean even though he's already doing it.
He also doesn't like
We
to-
have all of that.
You probably wouldn't like being regularly called Jeffrey, though.
He
Especially if
doesn't
someone's
like-
mad at you.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, what makes me like that? It's when people call me by that name.
Mhm.
I mean, it's your legal name, but I don't think you want to be called, especially when someone's mad at you either.
Mm.
Noel, do you have a pet peeve? Or do you know any of Jeff's pet peeves?
We all know Jeff's pet peeve.
What
What
do you got?
bothers Jeff, Noel? What's Jeff's biggest pet peeve?
If he doesn't have the leather coat,
If he doesn't have his leather jacket.
Oh.
Yeah.
and
People like Backstreet over NSYNC.
Yeah, but I mean, I do like the Backstreet Boys, but I mean, you know, I've been listening to some new songs as well, and you know, by Backstreet Boys, and
he also doesn't like it when someone misses one of his family members.
Yeah, he doesn't like talking about politics, right?
That's right.
Or family.
All right.
No politics. Someone who's not at
Yes.
the house.
Right. Susie, do you have a pet peeve?
yes, I do.
What's your pet peeve?
My pet feed is when my dad calls me that little girl.
Ooh.
That really ticks me off when he says that.
That's a good one, Suze.
All right. Anybody else have one that they'd like to share?
What about you, Ed?
I have two. I don't like it when people don't respond to an email because that's like the easiest thing that you can do.
God
And
bless you.
I don't like it when I'm driving and someone pulls out in front of me when there's nobody behind me.
I don't like it when you let someone go and they don't give you a wave.
I don't like that either.
yeah, and I don't like messages on my phone.
You don't like messages on your phone. That's true.
Yeah, you know, just kind of annoys me.
All right.
does.
Ryan, you got one?
I would say I wouldn't like it when I'm in a situation where I do something for someone and then not feel appreciated for it.
Good one.
Good
Absolutely.
one.
All right.
So doing Todd.
What?
Yeah, it's almost like this is our airing of grievances.
Yeah.
So,
Happy Festivus from all of us at the STRIVEcast.
good one.
All right.
Thanks to Larry for writing in. And speaking of writing in, we actually had someone send us an email, but it was a question for Susie.
Ask
So Susie, we got an email from Heather in Portland, and she said, I have a question for Susie. What do you like to do in your spare time, and are you looking forward to spring and St. Patrick's Day?
I
Heather.
think I ride my bike, horseback riding,
And are you looking forward
swimming.
to St. Patrick's Day?
Oh yes, wearing my other green dress
Ooh.
and eating.
Yeah.
All right. So special thanks to Heather too for writing in.
Thanks,
if you have a
Josh.
question for Susie or Jeff or anybody on the show, send them to us at strivecast@pslstrive.org. Thanks.
All right, Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
And it's time for
Noel tree. Noel tree. Noel tree. Speed up the poetry.
speed up the poetry.
Yeah.
Speed up or speed up?
If I can. If you have a pie, don't put it in my eye. But if you put it in your eye, it's like a diamond in the sky. But in the sky, like a drop of the Milky Way from the sky into the deep wet snow. And in the deep wet snow, there's a piece of cherry pie. The end.
Okay. Fascinating. Noel, tell us about that poem and what it means.
That one was about diamond in a pie, like above the wood so high, like a diamond in a pie.
Are we sort of merging Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star into the poem?
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you don't have it in my eye.
Don't
So
put
is this
pie.
literal? Like there's really a diamond in like the middle of a pie?
Not really, but
That's a metaphor, Pete.
Dawn music on Sesame Street.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought it might have been like Mardi Gras where they have like the little, figurine and the
Yeah.
King's cake.
the king's
Yeah.
cake. No,
Yeah.
no.
Nope, just Sesame Street
Oh,
here.
okay.
Anything else you want to tell us about that poem, Noel?
It was a good literature poem.
A good miniature poem, yeah. All right. Well then, Jeff, we'll be
right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by
Listeners like you.
listeners like who, Ryan?
Chad Taplin.
Not
Yay!
Ah,
Thanks for listening, Chad. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
to you,
birthday.
Chad.
Happy birthday, Chad.
Well, thank you.
Oh, I think I heard Chad answer.
Chad.
All right.
All right,
Jeff?
Jeff, we'll be
We'll be right back.
all right, we're back and it's time to wrap it up.
Take it up.
Wrap it up. Wrap it
Here we
up.
go. Let's
There we
wrap this
go.
puppy up.
A lot of dance moves today. Well, thank you so much to our guest, Todd Gutner, for joining us today on the STRIVEcast. Great interview. You guys did a great job. So thanks to Todd for being our special guest this week. Thank you to Whitney and Susie, our producing team, for helping us stay on keeping our show moving. You guys did a fabulous job, as always. Thank you to our sound and video engineer, Ryan, for putting the show together and making us sound and look fabulous. We couldn't do this without you. And we'll do Noel's favorite, updating events. We got some updating events for you. Whitney, want to tell them what's coming up for us?
Yeah, so we're so excited that Strive Rocks is just 2 months away. So we will be doing Strive Rocks May 7th into 8th on Zoom. We'll be staying all night, hanging together, doing some fun activities, having a lot of entertainment, special guests, all kinds of different things. So if you have ideas of how to make this event even better than last year, let us know. You can email me or you can email the STRIVEcast email at strivecast@pslstrive.org. Or you can leave us a message on our Facebook page, any of that. And we are also excited that we're going to be using a new fundraising platform this year, and information and instructions on how to set up your fundraising pages will be out in the next couple of days.
Yeah, so stay tuned to our social media pages to find out more about that.
I want to do that.
All right, sounds good. I think that's all we've got for this week, but thank you everybody as always for listening, and we'll catch you next Tuesday, right guys?
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.